Hello, everyone. Welcome to the U.S. Immigration News. This week, we're turning our attention to something that affects tens of thousands of families and individuals every single month. The National Visa Center processing timelines. It's August 8th, 2025, and if you or someone you know is waiting for a green card interview, a family reunification case, or any immigrant visa, you know that every week can feel like a lifetime. The NVC is that all-important bridge between USCIS approval and the moment you finally sit down at your consular interview. And this week, we've got fresh updates that could mean you're one step closer, or that you may have a little more waiting to do. In this video, we're going to walk through exactly where the NVC is in its case creation, document review, and interview scheduling process right now. We'll also talk about why certain cases are moving faster than others, how the latest visa bulletin plays into your wait, and what simple steps you can take to avoid costly delays. If you are liking this video, please hit the bell button, subscribe, and like it so that you may get updates straight to your smartphone. Now let's get into the video. For anyone new to the process, here's a quick picture. The National Visa Center is like the middle station on your immigration journey. USCIS has already approved your petition. Maybe it's an I-130 for a spouse or parent, an I-140 for an employment-based case, or an I-129F for a fiancé visa. Once USCIS sends that approval over, the NVC takes over. They send you the welcome letter with your case number and invoice ID so you can log into the CEAC portal, upload your civil and financial documents, and pay any necessary fees. Only when everything checks out will they schedule your interview at the U.S. Embassy or consulate where your case is assigned. But here's the reality. Every one of these steps has a wait time. Being well prepared or unprepared can potentially add weeks or even months to your case. That's why knowing these timelines now is so important. Case creation, where things stand, this week. Right now, as of August 4th, 2025, the NVC is opening cases that they received from USCIS on July 15, 2025. That's roughly a 3-week delay between the moment USCIS forwards your approved petition and when the NVC actually creates your case in the system. This hasn't changed much over the past month. The case creation stage is holding steady. What this means for you is simple. If your petition was approved in the last couple of weeks, you probably haven't gotten your welcome letter yet. But you will. The key is to keep an eye on your email and make sure your spam folder isn't hiding important messages. Sometimes the letter comes by email, other times by physical mail. If it's been more than 6 weeks and you haven't heard anything, that's the time to reach out to NVC with your USCIS approval notice in hand. Document review, moving steadily but slowly. Once you get that welcome letter, your clock starts ticking. You'll fill out your DS-260 form, upload your civil documents, things like birth certificates, marriage certificates, and police clearance, and then upload your financial documents, usually Form I-864 for family cases. As of this week, the NVC is reviewing documents submitted on July 23, 2025. Last week, they were reviewing cases from July 16th, so they've made about a week's worth of progress. On average, document review takes 2 to 4 weeks, but that's assuming your file is clean. If something's missing, you'll get a checklist or request for additional information, and your case will be paused until you fix it. That pause can add weeks, so it's worth triple-checking before you hit Submit. When your CESC account shows documentarily qualified, that's your green light. You've passed this stage, and you're ready for interview scheduling. But remember, that doesn't mean the interview is happening right away. Interview scheduling, the real bottleneck. This is the part where the waiting gets hardest. Even after you're documentarily qualified, the NVC has to coordinate with your embassy or consulate to set a date. Some posts have excellent availability and can get you in within a month or two. Others, especially in high-demand countries like India, Mexico, and the Philippines, are still backed up. 4 months is not uncommon for these locations. If you're an immediate relative of a US citizen, like a spouse, minor child, or parent, your case is prioritized because there's no visa cap. But for preference categories like F2B, F3, or employment-based visas, your interview can't be scheduled until your priority date is current on the visa bulletin. That means your case could be fully ready, but still waiting for the green light based on your place in line. Public inquiry response, faster than expected. If you've ever tried to contact the NVC, you know it's not always quick. But as of this week, they're responding to public inquiries from July 31st, 2025. That's just about a 1-week turnaround, which is relatively fast compared to earlier this year. When you write to them, always include your case number and be as clear as possible. A vague, "What's happening with my case?" will take longer to answer than a specific, "I submitted my civil documents on July 5th. Can you confirm receipt?" August 2025. Visa Bulletin. How it fits in. The August Visa Bulletin didn't bring huge changes, but there are a few things worth noting. The F2A category, spouses and minor children of green card holders, moved forward by a month for all countries, which is positive news for many families. The F4 sibling category made a big leap forward, nearly 4 months, for all other areas and China. On the employment side, EB1 stayed the same. EB2 retrogressed by about 6 weeks for most countries, while EB3 India advanced by a month. EB5 investor visas made significant jumps, nearly 2 years forward for China and 6.5 months for India. EB4, which covers special immigrants, remains unavailable until the new fiscal year starts in October. If your category moved forward, that means you could be 1 step closer to your interview, but only if you're already documentarily qualified. Many delays are avoidable. Missing documents, incorrect forms, or simple typos can send your case back into review. The DS-260 and the Affidavit of Support are the most common trouble spots. Please ensure that your names, dates, and addresses are consistent across all documents. Another big factor is embassy capacity. Even if your paperwork is perfect, your local consulate might just be full. And then there are security checks. If your case triggers additional review, it could be weeks or even months before you hear back. The best defense is preparation. Please ensure you have all the necessary documents ready before receiving your welcome letter. If you're not sure about something, consult a reputable immigration attorney rather than guessing. Please, try to respond within 24 to 48 hours when the NVC requests something, if possible. Therefore, the main takeaway this week is clear. Do not allow the NVC to be the one waiting for your response. As soon as you receive your welcome letter, please proceed promptly. Please ensure that your documents are complete and free of errors. Watch the visa bulletin like a hawk, and check your email, including your spam folder, at least once a day. For many people, the wait at NVC is the last big hurdle before finally holding that immigrant visa in your hand. Yes, the system can be slow. Yes, it can be frustrating. But week by week, cases do move forward, and yours will too if you stay prepared and proactive. That's all we have for this bulletin. The U.S. Immigration News Channel provides all necessary visa information and procedures for your U.S. immigration journey. It is important to understand the steps for processing immigration in the United States, visa application requirements, processing times, forms, fees, and more. We will continue to provide all information about U.S. visitor visas, such as B1 and B2, work visas, such as L1A, L1B, and H1B, student visas, green cards, immigrant visas, EB1, EB2, EB3, EB4, and EB5, and family immigrant visas. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the U.S. Immigration News Channel. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.